Hello, folks. Welcome to Kludgy Star Wars. So, the computer is still in the shop, so I'm using a really slapped together method here with the laptop. You can see the bottom of the OBS window, the OBS window there, and you can see my wallpaper because the only way I can get this to work is to do a full display capture. It's been a day. This was recorded on my phone, and then the file transferred to my computer, and now I'm recording this commentary. That's why there's no audio other than me. Sorry, but like I said, computer is still in the shop. So here we go. We fire it up. I do a quick look over the roster. Big thing is we have Relic 5 Marin, which gives her a fair amount of health. 200% potency, 42% dodge or crit avoidance. We're also working on Red Guy for Leviathan. Nothing special there. Darth Maul, nothing special there. Working on Stormtrooper Han. Old news, old news, old news, old news. And looking over things, the big thing that I was thinking of that I did was Dr. Aphra has that Omicron and that Omicron. And 321 speed and 141 potency. Marin has more potency than any other character in my roster, including GLs. Journey Guide confused me. Skip ahead. Darth Malik, he's pretty thick. But anyway, the Journey Guide was just to show off who I'm working on. I am currently those two characters are the last ones plus the ship, so next time Leviathan comes around I should have it. Very quickly pulling up his roster, you can see he's got all the GLs except for Rey. And I think I looked at his ships. Yep, and he's got 5-star Profundity, 7-star Executor with a Relic 9 Piet. I didn't even notice that. Alright, moving in. I wasn't planning on doing the full thing, so the first few fights are kind of experiments. I wasn't really feeling it. I tried to get Nox to run on the laptop and it wouldn't. I tried to get BlueStacks to run on the laptop and it wouldn't. It's been a real pain in the neck. I am recording this at 9 o'clock at night. I started trying to get this to work at 4 o'clock. Anyway, as you can see, we're going to try and take Aphra against Jabba the Hutt. In Arena, I got Night Sisters to wipe out everything except Jabba himself. And then they couldn't take down Jabba. But I have Night Sisters on defense, so I won't be using them. Instead, I decided to try Aphra, because everybody says about how Aphra can kill Jabba, and I don't know if I've got the wrong... I probably have the wrong setup here. I probably want Darth Vader in there. But it started off okay. Got all this annoying stuff. And then we set everyone on fire. Or, well, you don't set anyone on fire, but we blasted everyone. And then I did the AoE, even though he couldn't assist because of Boosh. But, I mean, she's pretty banged up. And then got a good shot on her again. And then HK almost dropped her. But that was the end of that. Because it's pretty much all downhill from here. I mean, Aphra's got a lot of siphon, but doesn't get a chance to use it, and we don't get a chance to AoE. Again, that's really what did it in, is we couldn't AoE. So we fail against Stanton. I mean, the damage immunity is nice, and Embo doing his special was nice because it didn't remove the damage immunity, but now we've got blind on people, and it just all really kind of falls apart. And yeah, those three are just utterly destroyed by the thermal. So yeah, and there it all falls apart. But like I said, I was just kind of experimenting, just fiddling around, so I didn't really care. I kind of wish I'd taken it a little more seriously, but I wanted to see if Afra could do it, and she can't, so I'll use her somewhere else. Then we do more experimentation. I believe I go into Malgus, whatever. Yeah. Oh, as you can see, L3 is now Relic 3 instead of Gear 12. I did raise her up in the intervening month since I've been able to record Galaxy of Heroes. Also, later on, you'll see that... oh, what's his nuts? Moff. The Imperial Remnant guy. Whatever the hell his name is. He is Relic 3. I can't remember his name for the life of me. So we're trying to do this. I know it doesn't work against a high Relic Malgus, but I have gotten it to work against Relic 5 before, but you'll see. So far we're doing, I probably should have tried to remove his taunt there so I could focus on someone else. I think that's what really is hurting me, is being stuck behind the taunt. But I keep putting Chewie under cover to keep him safe, but there's so much fear, and every time it goes away, it strips off all the buffs. So, yeah. Yeah, so this just... So this is not going great. We're not... I think it's being stuck behind those taunts is what's really doing it. I mean, I did a good 15,000 damage. That was nice. In a minute, I'm gonna start worrying about Chewie. Yeah, he's getting blasted. So I think I tossed it to him. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just kind of up against a wall here, and it could be that that Datacron, because I think it's a health and protection Datacron, so it's making everybody too thick for me to break through. And again, the fear is not helping. Yeah, this is just kind of painful. Yeah, I start getting worried about Chewie again. So I do the big hit for the healing and the protection up. But I mean, Hondo's starting to do some damage, because I mean, he's got 25 stacks of ransom. So there we go. We've cut through his protection. But we can't focus on anybody. And then everybody's feared again. Yeah, it's that fear is just really brutal. If Hondo was immune to fear, that would make all the difference. But if they can drop a fear on if Revan can jump at dash, that takes Hondo out for a turn and increases his cooldown, so it limits what he can do. So this is just kind of a mess. I probably should have gone for, I should have just shot her with Lando. Yeah, that does almost nothing. I start looking at the time, and everybody's feared again. I was hoping that Hondo would be able to get a shot. But now we're back behind the taunt, and we get that blast, and yeah. And hey, they finally attack him, and it's over. I decide to keep going on the hopes that they would kill L3 and Hondo would get the huge bonus and be able to maybe take somebody out. But you'll see that it just took them forever to drop L3. So Hondo wasn't able to do anything. In this case, a Gear 12 L3 might have helped. And I'm looking and trying to decide what to do. And I figure I'll look around. Because, like I said, I wasn't even sure if I was going to keep going. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I'm looking. I think I'm going for Jabba. Nope. Backed out. Went back in. I think I decided to go for Star Killer. Nope. I guess I went for Jabba. That's right. I saw on Reddit that someone said that he routinely used Sith Eternal Emperor to take out Jabba. So I was like, well, what the hell? We're experimenting. Might as well give it a try. So I grabbed some people. Let's just skip ahead. Just grabbed a couple tanks. So we put that on, and away we go. And I was hoping that Marauder there would do some work for me. Unfortunately, he really kind of didn't. I mean, he's lowering Chrysanthemum's max health when he's throwing, but whoopty shit. I'm gonna annihilate Chrysanthemum. Who cares? And then I was hoping that Watt would get a turn and I could put weapon tech on Marauder. On the plus side, all of these assists really fire up C super fast. And there goes Watt. I was like, oh, well, okay. I mean, I knew he wasn't going to survive, but I was hoping he would limp along. Resisted. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so there's Chrysanthemum and Boosh gone. So at least the cleanup won't be too bad, regardless of what happens. And I mark these two jerks, and they're going to just start taking turns like mad. Not a bad hit. Oh, there goes Grammarian Guard, and there goes Marauder. Not much I can do about that. Yeah, Lando's just punching through. And yeah, now we wait for the zap. Get kicked in the face. And 9, 5. Throws his hat. Rancor tries to eat me. I get armor shredded. One more turn. And... come on, give me a turn. There we go. And now it's 2.5 minutes of slap fighting. Jabba can't hurt me. I can't hurt Jabba. Jabba heals when he basics, so the tickling that I do, yeah, I make absolutely no progress. So we can skip ahead. Yeah. That's the... okay, yes, that's the 4th Rancor to try and eat C. And as you can see, I've made absolutely no progress. Perhaps if I delayed the ult to build up something, but yeah, it's not going to do anything. So then I'm kind of fiddle-farting around, trying to decide what to do. So I decide to do Starkiller versus Starkiller. My Mara Jade is about 30 speed faster than theirs, so I go first. And yeah, that's theirs, the extra health, and I'm like, that doesn't matter. And this is just me refreshing my memory on what these abilities do, because I know that I can't stun. So I was looking at it like, well, do I want to... I'm like, okay, we can start with Infiltrate and Disrupt instead. And I notice that when we're starting in here, they've got Juhani, who's taunting. And I was like, well, I don't want to get stuck behind the taunt. Well, you'll see what we're doing here in a second. So yeah, we go first. So I jump Juhani to get her to stop that. And he counterattacks, which is annoying. Throw that out, and then I start walking to get rid of everybody's turn meter. I figure I'll let him counterattack. That's fine. I want to take advantage of these staggers. I can't daze and I can't stun, but the stagger works. And then it's just kind of cleanup. It's like, okay, Mara Jade's the next scary one, so we'll just go ahead and smack her around. Yep. And then I guess we'll go take out Palpatine. And then we'll pull down the Star Destroyer on Starkiller's head. And then finish him off. So very smooth, 65 banners. It was kind of nice to have something run according to plan. Alright, so I gotta take out Jabba. So I just go with First Order. And yeah, there's nothing much to see here. I mean, this is pretty standard. Basically, we want to use OG's basic to try and get healing immunity on him. It failed that first time. And we're just smacking him around to do damage. Fortunately, we've got... yeah, we're just not getting it. We got blind, which was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I tried the stun because I wasn't sure if it would actually do anything for me. And no, it won't. It was a waste. And then we jump. 32,000. Yeah, he's super annoying. And then we're just doing this to inflate our Kylo. I don't know why I swiped there, or why I had OG do that move there. I should have poked because he had protection up, but I figured it wasn't going to be a big deal. Yeah, here I should have poked because it would have dispelled that protection up. But I got the healing immunity. Everybody attacks, and then I poke. And Jabba's down. For a lousy 28 banners. But, you know, whatever, he's down. And moving on, I think... yeah, I decided to take this team out. I'm checking speeds and doing mental math. I was just doing some very rough math, comparing their speeds to mine, and long story short, I've got 7 or 8 more speed on my Piet, not counting the speed bonus from the leadership, just raw speed, just Piet in isolation. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, Gideon, that's his name. Yeah, Gideon is Relic 3 now. I finally went ahead and reliced him up while I was working on other stuff. Because basically, after I did my farming on Marin, I still had ship energy to use. And it's like, well, use it on Gear 12 pieces for characters that I've wanted to relic but haven't ever gotten around to it. So that's why L3 and Gideon are relic. Yeah, elite. L3 and Gideon are relic 3, and that's why I'm working on Stormtrooper Han. And I'm trying to decide what the hell I want to do about this. So I'm checking her. It's like, okay, so it's just stun. I can resist that stun. So I've got a great idea. Well, I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to use. And I hem, and I haw, and I go with Wampa. Because my thought is, hey, I can resist the stun from the Spirit, and from Daka, and from, what's her name? Asajj. So they're not going to be able to stun me. My tenacity is higher. And I had forgotten something. Oh, man. Why am I spending so long on these? Whoops. There we go. So, yeah, there's that. No big deal. Smack you. No big deal. Smack you. So far, so good. Crushing it. Smashing. Beating everyone's face in. And that's what I forgot. Zombie does tenacity down on basic. Yep. Yep. Luckily, well, luckily, for one, she doesn't always do the tenacity down. Or doesn't always do the stun. I don't know why I did that. I just wasn't thinking. And my Wampa is thick enough, and now those Night Sisters are weak enough that I could spend a little bit of time stunned, and it wasn't the end of the world. Also, there was no Talia, so there's no source of stagger. And I look at the back, and I'm like, what the hell? We're just goofing. We'll do Jawas. Why not? Jawas work. This shouldn't be a problem. Well, it shouldn't. So we do that. Getting no counterattacks, which surprised me. And then they go in here, and that hurts, and they go in there, and oh dear. But I'm like, okay, we got a ton of thermals. Yep, there, see, someone blew up already. I'm like, we've got this. Yeah, just, they had 52 thermal detonators on them. We just didn't last quite long enough for them to detonate. I was like, you're kidding me. And I thought about quitting and calling it here. But I figured, well, let's see what else we got. Oh, this fight. I mean, it's not great, but this is pretty standard. I check the datacron, and it's max health and protection. Okay. I didn't even notice it. plus 95 defense. That's going to explain a lot. But not going to explain anything about this fight. No. So, okay, AoE, Frenzy, and that's where I lost the fight. The one person that can't get fractured. And goes all in on Fennec. And I'm like, okay, yep. They fractured Bando. It's like, well, nothing I can do about it. That's a loss. I couldn't even get very mad because it's just, that's what the AI should do. You know, that's the smart thing. So I decided to ignore it and finish up the bottom. So we'll just pull out our big beefy Relic 9 Malik. I'm like, this should be safe. There's no crew. He's the one that makes everything go sideways. Although, I get stunned a distressing number of times from OG there. I'm like, all right, let's get rid of Fox. Fox is the real problem. 19, not bad. 18. And then, okay, there goes Fox. Zoop, got him. And I'm like, alright, I've got enough out of you. Let's just beat up Phasma. Phasma's not that tough. Zoop. Yeah, 48,000. Yeah, there we go. Got stunned again. I don't have any tenacity down. I'm not sure why. You must have a high potency. And then I did this just to see what would happen. But yeah, it did like 1,600 damage. Because, you know, he takes less damage from percent health effects. So I just punch him in the face. And this guy doesn't even have his Omicron. It's like, alright, go away. 64,000. Jeez. So we get max banners. 64,000. That's a pretty hard hit. And I'm trying to decide what the hell I'm going to do. So I'm looking at the bugs. I don't know how to kill bugs. So I ponder, and then I decide to skip the bugs and go after this with Sith. This is heinous overkill. Absolutely no reason to use this much firepower for a pretty mediocre Mon Mothma team, if we're being honest. But at this point, I'm just kind of derping around. I'm not trying. Let's put it that way. 66,000, nice. Don't usually get a chance to actually pay attention to the damage because I'm focusing on the fight. And yeah, that's when I realized, oh yeah, I should be hitting you with Talon. Deflected. Jesus. Dodged. Jeez. My light evasion up. Alright, screw you, Biggs. And then someone died of sadness, and, and Talon killed everyone. Alright, that works. Now I think I go back to the bugs. And I think I'm still trying to decide, and I decide on gas. Or, CLS. I was hoping to drop the Brood Alpha right out of the gate, but I didn't. But, close enough. And I didn't use a Datacron or anything. I didn't need it. Yeah, dropped them. Full banners for a second attempt. So that's the south cleared out. And all that's left is this, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, Qui-Gon Jinn. Alright. I don't know what happened there. I think I just tapped him by mistake. Oh, yeah, I tapped him when I was trying to get the pull down. Whatever. I'm like, okay. So, Bad Batch. Standard counter. I know I was being creative, but now I'm just trying to finish. And he dodges. Good. We're stuck behind a taunt. And he blasts. I was like, damn it. And then Hunter kills everyone. Well, I suppose technically it was Omega. And we throw a knife in his face, and we get full ban. Or one short of full banners. So these three teams are left. I have no idea what I'm going to do for these. But I'm like, I've got Galactic Legends. So we'll just use Galactic Legends. That's what they're there for. Unfortunately, Piet's gone. Piet would have helped a lot. I think I go with this one. Or maybe I go with this one. Or maybe I go with that one. It's like, alright. His red guard is only Relic 5. Unfortunately, his Maul is way higher relics than I am. And everybody's dazed, so Retribution means nothing. So pop that off. His, yeah, we're doing our best. And I think I just toss it. Yeah, I do that. Because I want to increase Thrawn's cooldowns. And then I'm just smacking around Redguard. It's like, oh yeah, that's not going to do much. But I can get some ability blocks. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can take him out. No. Yeah, Culling Blade does fuck all this round. So, I'm like, alright, well, we'll just do our thing. Alright, and there goes their Maul. Except his Maul is like Relic 7, so his Maul does a lot more damage than mine. I'm like, maybe. Nope. And then his Vader pops. Luckily, I had healing immunity over there. And then I AoE. And I'm hoping. And I use Maul's Smack early because I need the damage. And I'm hoping that... I was hoping my Thrawn would get a turn while everybody was ability blocked. And I'd be able to stun their Thrawn. But no such luck. But I haven't noticed that yet. Now is when I notice it. You see, switch over to Thrawn. It's like, suppose I could have stunned Tarkin over there, but Tarkin's not really the problem. I think this is where I realize, oh, we've been going at this for a while. This is less than optimal. Oh, good, my Thrawn's almost dead. I didn't want him to fracture anyway. So do that, and then I, walk around the party. And I'm looking at him like, that Redguard's really banged up. He's really banged up. He's only Relic 5, and I throw, and I don't do enough damage. And now the Redguard heals. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I still can't. It's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why won't he die? Yeah, and there goes Thrawn. And now my Redguard is fractured. And now his Redguard has healed again. I'm like, we're running out of time, and we have done absolutely nothing. And finally the red guard dies. And I'm like, okay, maybe we've broken through. You know, maybe that was what we needed. And yeah, there, Maul's down. I'm like, all right. You know, we're not gonna win this, but you know, I smack Tarkin, and it's like, wait, what the hell am I doing? Tarkin is not the issue. And throw, and it does nothing again. And there, okay, I get rid of Thrawn. And I'm like, there's less than a minute left, so we're just gonna take out Tarkin. So at the very least, oh yeah, I put it on auto. At the very least, and then I realize that it's targeting Vader. I don't want it to target Vader. Have it target Thrawn or Tarkin, because at least I can get rid of him. So when I'm doing cleanup, Vader's alone. So when he ults, he's not drawing from anybody. Almost out of time, and I can't believe it. And there goes Maul. And there goes Tarkin, and I'm basically out of time. Although I did get it. That was a nice hit. Yeah, if I had another minute or so, I probably could have dropped Vader. Maybe if I'd played it a little smarter. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I got 2 GLs. I can still do this. I'm pretty sure I can do this. And I'm looking at that, and I don't know what I want to use. I'm looking over what I've got. And I just say, screw it. I figured I can't imagine Hutt Cartel being unable to take out Malgus. So I hem and haw a little bit on the power, and I think this is the one I go for. It's like those dark side aren't going to do me any good. I'm like, I think that's what I go for, because the 200% health steal. And so we go into the fight. And that's just me checking to make sure, A, that it's still recording, and B, to see how long I've been recording. So, like, I want to get rid of you. You know, there's a lot of nasty on this team, but generally Bastila is the one that causes the most difficulty. Because she's the one that it's that corrupted battle meditation just ruins everything. I hate it. So that's why I usually try to drop Bastila. Also, she's usually the most fragile member on the team. It's going to be her or Talon, and Talon spends half her time in stealth. Kaboom! Yeah, Basti and Talon are gone. And then we're just kind of marking time. 70,000, 66,000. Yeah, Embo's doing a real number on him. And I'm like, but let's just get rid of you. I will feed you to a Rancor. 83,000. Jeez. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, holy cow. And then throw the hat. I know no one can assist. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Lando hits pretty hard. And I backed out to look at everything to try and figure out what the hell I was going to do. And again, with the hemming and hawing, wanting to be sure I've got enough to take out Radis, because Radis can be difficult, even with a weak K2. And I think I was thinking Padme or JTR, and I was like, screw it. I'll just go full power. Yeah. Whopping 8% protection. That'll make the difference. Do that, and I give Master's Training to Luke to largely just to remove the debuff. Increase the cooldown, give him more buffs, give him Jedi teachings or whatever the hell it is, heal everyone up, increase cooldowns, and call to assist. Then I'm like, oh, why don't I get rid of all those debuffs? And then we smack you, and just start calling Jedi Knight Luke. And 41,000. Or 41,000 is from the true damage, bonus damage. Fling that, and yeah, why not? And, oh, hey, look at that. Can't quite see how much damage Luke is doing. Yeah, so Jedi Master did 1,800 and then 40,000 bonus. And then we call, and there we go. So drop him again. Messy, but whatever, we got it done. And finally Radis. And I'm just like, you know what? For some reason I thought they did a lot of assists. I don't know why I thought that. Because they don't. K2 counters, but there's not really a lot of assists going on. But I was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I thought they'd do a lot of assists, which would give us protection up. Looks like I'm doing more assists. So we throw it to Yoda. Yoda attacks. Deals a couple buffs. Spreads them. Yeah. Courage. Courage! Probably should have put Shen on Shak Ti with all her counterattacks, but okay. And then Force Sleep. And I'm like, I know that won't stun her, but I want the assist because I do not want her doing that garbage. Pop. I did not want her bringing Radis back. And then I'm trying to figure out who to heal. And I realize it really doesn't matter, so I just grab Cat. 61 banners. Good enough. And I was like, holy cow, I killed everything. I can go to fleets. And I did. I did go to fleets. And I looked and I said, oh, thank God. I thought for a second there was a timeout team. And instead, there's just an executor with triple attacker. But I gotta say, I hadn't noticed this before, but look. Relic 6, Relic 7, Relic 5, Relic 9. 6 and 8, 3, 5, 8, 5, 7. I'd never noticed that before. Oh, and it even shows up here. Because I had noticed these, but I didn't realize that meant it's 3 gear, 12 dudes. I'm sure everyone's noticed it because it's been there since we got fleet loadouts a month ago. But I hadn't made the connection yet, so there you go. And this is me pulling it up to make sure I don't push the wrong button. Because when you are fighting a triple attacker, you do not want to do... And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. When you're fighting triple attacker, you do not want to start with the thing that pulls Xanadu out of stealth, because you'll just get ripped up. And that was a mistake. I should have done the Zoop de Whoop with targeting Xanadu blood. So I'm stuck with Xanadu constantly stealthing. So I'm like, alright, well, I'll just kill him, and then there won't be any stealth. Seems fair. I was like, oh, now I'm stuck behind a taunt. But, hey, there we go, no more taunt. But now he's stealthed. Oh, nope, not anymore. Quick switch. Gotta smack him around, because he's the dangerous one. Oh no, he's got foresight. Oh no, I removed foresight. And we all attack, and it doesn't do enough damage, so we attack again, and it doesn't do enough damage, so we attack again. And we're starting to feel kind of safe. It still sucks that we lost the X-Wing, because we're not healing protection anymore. But on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I got rid of their cap ship, so not the end of the world. So time to start beating up on Houndstooth. I'm like, I wonder if I can heal. I delay and try and get a little bit more heal, and it's like, oh, it's not enough. But looking at it as it flashed by, I think it was enough. It said 4 full health or 4 full protection units, so I guess I did get enough, just barely. So now we're going against what's his nuts. And this pausing is me looking at 6, 7 gold, nothing, gold. That's me looking at it real time, because I had only sort of figured out what was going on when I was loading into the previous fight. Pay no attention to the promotion sound from Wasteland. So we load you up, and I'm like, ooh, we got buff block. Or buff immunity, or whatever the hell it's called. I'm like, excellent. And it's like, oh no, I can't target. So let's just do that. And then switch. And kaboom. And then he'll take a turn. He'll take a turn. There we go. And it wastes. We got really lucky here. So he took it. So the ship took a turn, and it didn't heal him. It didn't put the courage or whatever it is on him. And it wasn't Plo Koon coming out. I was like, oh, that's great. So let's do a dumb and attack the tank when I could be attacking the dangerous ship instead. But, yeah, it worked out well enough. 69. And then we've just got Chimera. I was worried at first. This is me forgetting who's on the team. I was worried at first because I was afraid it was going to be a timeout team, but it's not. So I was happy. Although, honestly, this would probably take care of that regardless. Or at the very least would blow up this capital ship, and then cleanup wouldn't be too bad. I'm thinking, we'll just have everybody attack. I'm going to chew you up. And I stopped, and I said, no, wait. Yeah, go for him. And then I kill him before we can do anything. But I got my contract, which was nice. And then I have buff immunity, so I have to waste a turn. And then finally, my tank is taunting. I was like, we'll just get rid of you. Even though that is a much more dangerous ship. Bring you in. Shoot you. And she can ignore the taunt to attack, but it's okay because she's almost dead. There we go. And then it's just this guy. Trying to figure out what to do. So I really didn't want to shoot them while they had foresight. Oh well. Called the assist that I don't need. Shoot, and there we go. And there's that as well. And then depth charge, which is about as effective as it was on the show. And there we go, 1730. What a terrible score. Then I pop back here because I have the timeout team. Yes, I got the whatever the hell this is right before lock-in. Spent 1,200 crystals. Got that right before the lock-in so I could go ahead and put in the timeout team. The Mace Windu timeout team. So yeah, it's Malgus, OG Sith Trooper, and or no, Sith Marauder runs that. That's the bomber. That's the one that the Sith Trooper does. TIE Dorito, and then just 2 other Sith ships. I have no idea how it'll do. But supposedly it's a timeout team. I guess because Mace just keeps jacking up their protection. I don't know if it'll work with the Gear 12 Mace. But there you go. Mace is relevant for 10 minutes. I mean, that's unlocked Leviathan now. That's the end of Mace. But, what are you going to do? Anyway, there you go. 1730. Yeah. Hopefully I'll have the computer back next week, so I don't have to do it like this. But if for some strange reason you actually preferred it this way, I guess leave a comment. If you like it better with me reviewing the footage and skipping over the hemming and hawing, I suppose we could do that. But yeah, that'll do it. So until next time, folks, have a good one.